AFTV, Julian, 1-1 in the end. Took our time, but a great goal, great finish in the end by Gabriel Martinelli to rescue a point.
Yeah, well, look, it was an amazing goal, but City did something for that goal that they hadn't done the same the whole game. And what I felt about City today, look, you've got to appreciate the fact that they are a fantastic football team. They haven't just suddenly become bad. They've been great for some seasons, and they're still a really good team. But tactically, what they did today to us was exceptional because they played in such a manner that they suffocated the game. But what was different about Martinelli's goal? What did they do differently, City? Did you notice?
They were in our half.
Exactly.
Which is about the first time in the whole game.
Exactly. What they did, instead of being a low block, which they did the whole game, they actually tried to come out and play us offside, which was just weird because they had been successful, massively successful, the whole game with playing this suffocating tactic. And right at the end, they just let themselves down. And Martinelli, yes, it was a fantastic, fantastic finish. Everything about that goal was great. But the reason we were allowed to score that goal was because City deviated from a very successful tactic that they deployed the whole game.
When you look at it, though, do you look on it and think to yourself, the manager today, when we all saw the team before the game, we were all sort of thinking to ourselves, well, where's Eze? Where's Martinelli, perhaps, right? Where's those sort of players? Where's that Wanyeri, right? In a game like this, we're at home. Right, we're playing against Man City. You saw how negative they were. I mean, all right, fair play. He made those changes at half-time. He did it early because he recognised that himself. But was that a big error by him with his formation at the start of the game?
Look, it's very easy in hindsight to say that it was
we all saying it. A lot of people were saying it at the start of the game. We did the starting 11, and I've got to say, literally every comment in there was, why is he gone so negative?
Yeah, but it's not everyone, is it? Because it wouldn't have been me. If I'd been there, I would have said that I understand why you're employing those tactics.
Why?
Because you're playing a team which is one of the best teams, not only in this country, but one of the best teams in the world.
But you just said they had a low block.
They did have a low block.
So why, if they had such a low block and we're at home, why didn't he be a bit more offensive right from the get-go?
Because you don't know exactly what tactics they're going to employ. He hasn't got a DeLorean that he can go into the future, see exactly how they're going to play. What you have to do, you have to make calculations. He looked at their team and he thought, I don't want to lose this game. I want to shore it up. The issue that he had...
That's negative, isn't it? You can also look at a game and say, well, actually, you're coming to our place. We're at home. We beat you 5-1 last season. You've been a little all right, you beat United last week. You've beat Napoli. We fancy this. We fancy we could take it. Don't you think he was a bit negative right from the start?
Yeah, it is. It's not. I think it's negative. We all know it was a negative tactic to put Marino in. But does negative mean you're going to lose the game? Because ultimately, at the end of the game, people really care about the result. They don't really care about how you get that result. And ultimately, he looked at that team. He made a calculation of what he thought they were going to play like. So he put the players in to combat what he thought was going to be. Now, what he thought was going to be, he was wrong. And that's why he changed it around. So I'll give him credit in as much as he saw that he was getting it wrong and he changed it up. So I don't see any issues with that.
Okay, well, the issue is we dropped 2 points at home. But listen, in the end, what do you look at this point as? Do you look on it and say to yourself, well, listen, if you haven't been able to win the game, at the very least, make sure you don't lose to like one of your big rivals?
Yeah, look, not to lose was key. We're not losing the league today. To get a home draw against City, you're not going to lose anything apart from obviously 2 points. Now, at the end of the season, if we lose the league by 2 points, then we're going to say we lost it because of negative tactics. But what I think was the issue today for that goal was naivety. So let's go back to what Arteta did, because it was absolutely criminal how they scored the goal. Because what you've got, in my opinion, is the greatest striker in world football, which is Haaland. Now, it's half an hour's gone, and they're pushing forward. So you're talking about that it's negative tactics, and maybe the players on the pitch were there to combat what he thought was happening. But what he's done, they're all forward. There was 3 City attackers forward against 2 Arsenal defenders. That's not good defending. You've got, I mean, I looked at it, I saw Gabriel trying to run back, and I think maybe he's gone for dinner with you because his stomach looked pretty upset. He wasn't running, but then I've realised it was his starting position. You know, where he's starting from is up the pitch. Calafiore's he's put the cross in to no one and they've attacked. You shouldn't have the tactics where a team like City or any team can basically waltz the whole length of the pitch and score a goal like that. They're quality players, so I don't disagree with the tactics and the strategy, but it was the application of that strategy, and that was what found us out.
And just before you go there, like Gabriel Martinelli, that's twice now this week. You know, I mean, he's come off the bench, and I know you love him as a player, but twice this week he's come off and scored very, very important goals. Right? For you, has he earned himself the starting position again, or is he going to be more effective for you coming off the bench?
Well, you can look at it. You can look at it two ways, because the last 2 games, I mean, in the week it was 36 seconds, and he'd made an instant impact, and then he's got the assist. Today it's taken him slightly longer, but he's made a massive impact. But every time he's started the game, he hasn't impacted the game. So what is the issue here? The issue is that the way that he plays, he needs space to run into. Like what City gave him today, they gave him space. So maybe he's better geared up to come on as a super sub, because that's when space opens up for him.